Right. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live on YouTube. Okay, you're adding what now? Are you using the? Okay, we're adding. Okay. So it's 6 o'clock Nigeria time. Our set up time. Okay. And then we are good to go. All right. We are also streaming live on YouTube. And then, so we are 14 of us. It's a good number. Though we expect more to join us as we start. I want to sincerely appreciate us. So this agenda we're running with. So at least I will just take the welcome remark and opening, and then we'll go to the first facilitator for today, our wonderful other team members, Dr. Judith Ani, Dr. Okafor, Dr. Romanus, Osabohien, Dr. Esther Folarin. Basically, they're sharing from their experiences in their recent fellowships and awards. And then we have about 20 minutes to discuss questions for the end. And afterwards, we come back to closing remarks and they'll take a photograph and then we are good to go. So by way of starting, I want to still appreciate us for this capacity building workshop for ASME Premium members. We started a long time ago, about 4 weeks ago. And thanks to all our facilitators from the very topic one that we did, we had a Google Workspace on the 18th of August with Dr. Marcus Adedara, joined by Ms. Happiness Obi, where they open our eyes to the various packages on Google and how we can get that done. In case you missed that, we have shared the drive to the recorded session. Please ensure you go through them. They are very important. Then the second and the third, we spent time on cross-section data or primary data, thanks to Kumade, Solomon, and Dr. Karakara, who took us through. We were to do that for one day, but because we couldn't finish that, so we spent the 2 sessions on data, on primary data, and we all agreed that we can push the secondary data to forward after ASME 4.0, and we cannot take that along with other analysis, which is called qualitative data analysis, which will take after ASME 4.0. That was a consensus reached last week. And then today we are going to the session 4, which is on practical insights on assessing global research fellowships and awards. And let me just mention that all of these training are based on this pool and the response we got from our team members, our SME premium members. So you'll be very helpful to us and to yourself by taking time out to go through them, all of them. So I'm looking at this and the people speak today, apart from being with me on the direct team, they are recent holders of various fellowship and awards. So they'll be sharing their experiences from that. And one thing I must appreciate God on this platform is that for DIaDeRC, like we are blessed. Like I mentioned last session, that DIaDeRC has it as a ministry, and every one of us, we are ministers. Why? Because we are driving our motto of knowledge for transforming lives. And anything that has to impact lives is nothing but a ministry. So we are all ministers in one way or the other, using our knowledge, our experiences, our skills to foster the cause of humanity and society. So we are ministers, and I want to appreciate God. I can't thank God enough because it's a small idea that is becoming a very big force of the country just about a year ago. And I also make sure that there's hardly any country I traveled to now without meeting one ASME member or the other. Just last week, I was in Kenya and I was there to one of our members of our SME member group was there to receive me. And the second is that, as we saw in our post, just last week as well, our team members were in there. Thanks to Solomon, to Victoria, who's stood in for me as the chair of DIaDeRC and coordinator ASMN. They were there to receive all our. This one should be Bello. Is it Bello or Bello? Can this you now? Kenny, is that you? Yeah, and other members. Okay. So basically, it's like we are being multiplied where we cannot go physically or have our team members being there. So there's no way I would have been in Kenya and also in Nigeria at the same time. But thanks to the network, don't forget we are building network, African Scholars Mentorship Network, and the network working. And I want to also report that by my summit, we have 4 clusters on these premium members, batch 1. And I belong to all the 5 members, 5 clusters. And I'm part of the 5 of them. So I know what is happening in all of the 5 clusters. And I want to appreciate our respective cluster leaders to keep doing the job they are doing, and also be encouraged that let's pursue results. When people see results, they will be glad to contribute more. So don't be discouraged that the number are not encouraging, but 1 or 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 persons are enough to run with. So let's, and also our team members in the various clusters, let's ensure that we are contributing. There are collaborations here and there are sub teams. Let's be part of it. Make your voice known. These are ways that we can discover our potentials and contribute to the system. Let's see what we can bring about. So I want to encourage us to stay in our group and then contribute, accordingly, be an active player. Very important. Okay. And I think for batch 2, once we finish the onboarding by September, we can also do cluster for batch 2, but this is over batch 1. So let's encourage ourselves to be up and doing our respective team members. I mean, many team clusters are working, but let's ensure we contribute to it. Very important. Why am I saying that? Basically, remember this don't forget, this is the framework, thanks to Karakara, who joined me to build this framework. So all of our ASMN network mentorship philosophy. So this graph give you the fulcrum or the framework we're working with, whereby we are dealing with honesty and integrity as our foundation at all levels. And then we are saying that the mentee is always the captain of the flight of the aircraft, while the mentors are the co-pilots. So we provide a platform, you are the one that will fly the plane. Okay. And then let's also ensure we monitor success by continuous evaluation and reports. So this is the framework that we are working with. So yeah, that's why I see me bringing it up again and again. And the short paper we're working on that is there. It's like a concept note, no, not a concept note, opinion paper. But by God's grace, we can have some empirical research later on to validate that. So I don't want to talk more because our facilitators are loaded. So I will come back to closing remarks. But before then, by now we should know how many people always ask me, Prof, a colleague of mine is willing to join. How do you join? So by now we should know how to recommend them. Once you go to DIaDeRC website, or that way, let me just show us now. Once you go to DIaDeRC website, under join the network, you see the link there. So it's as simple as that. If you just go to, let me just took there. So, well, some people ask me, Prof, someone to join, how do I encourage them? It's simple. Let me see what I can show. But simple, when you go to DIaDeRC.com, let me share this screen now. What is just, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
What are you saying?
Yes.
Introducing ASMN premium membership.
Okay. Are you using the online or what are you using?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. But by and large, once you go to our website, you see join the network, and then you get the link there to join the network. So that's basically, yeah, join the network. So once you click the link, join the network, and then we have all of the details there to join the network. So everything we are there. Well, okay. So on that note, I want to stop here so that I can allow our speakers to do their job. They are ready for us today. I will take them as they are listed on the flyer. So Do you have maximum of 10 minutes? Judith, I know you guys are looking, but just make it summary so that we can have time for Q and A. Dr. Judith, over to you. After that, Dr. Victoria Okafor, Dr. Romanus, Osabohien, and then we conclude that with Dr. Folarin, Esther. So if you can clap your digital hand, please clap for them as we take the first speaker today, and then we'll take it in quick succession, 10 minutes. Your time start now. Dr. Judith, over to you, ma. God bless you.
Prof, my time has not started. You've not shared my screen.
I'm about to share your screen. Is it so
Yes, please.
imposing?
That's why I thought that's why you wanted me to send it.
No,
Madam
send it.
Happiness, share my screen, please.
Okay, I'll share what you start to share. I wanted to have it. Now, okay, I share your screen. Yes, I'm here to serve you. Can we see the screen?
Not yet.
Are we
Prof.
seeing it?
Not yet, Prof.
Okay, what are we seeing now?
See your own screen.
Yeah, that's a session. Can you see it? Practical insight on assessing global fellowships and awards by Dr. Judith Ani. Is it showing?
No, we're not. No.
No, you are still on the DIaDeRC website.
No.
I've
You're
left there
sharing
now.
something else.
Oh my God. Okay. Let me share again. Why this PDF. Yeah. Share. What of now?
Yeah, we can see it.
No. Yes.
We can see practical insights.
No, yes. Which one should I believe?
Yes.
We can
Judith,
see
can you see your
now.
screen? You are the speaker. Let me believe you.
Thank you, sir.
Judith.
Okay. Thank you
Okay.
very much. Yeah, good evening, everyone. It's nice to be here. Thank you very much, Professor, for setting up this caliber of interactions. So my time has started, but just give me like 3 seconds. So the thing is that I wish I had this opportunity before now. I know I would have been better than I am, but it's not late anyway. So my name is Judith Ani, Judith Ani, and I'll be joining other scholars to talk to you about practical insights on assessing global fellowships and awards. So I just have 10 minutes, but I'll be done before 10 minutes. So we are going to be looking at some important things like your mindset. I would like to start from mindset because the mind is everything. Whatever you can conceive in your mind, you can do it. A student or a scholar or a believer in mind. So I want you to know first and foremost that global fellowships and opportunity is possible, is doable, and never ever neglect the days of little beginning. When you have things as simple as commendation from your supervisor, from your peers, from your mentors, they are all part of commendations and recommendation. Do not despise and do not neglect it. So, like I said, everything begins in your mind. What is your ideation? What is it you think about in your mind? Do you think that is not doable? You see, it lies in your mind. It's all about positivity. I like to start on this note. You need to be very positive. I believe all of us are Christians. Even if you're not, there's no problem. Remember what God asked Jeremiah. He said, what do you see? And Jeremiah says, I see an almond tree. So whatever you see, whatever you conceive in your mind becomes your reality. It's important for you to understand this. And there's this proverb that says that when the student is ready, the master will appear. When you have decided in your mind that you want these global fellowships and award, it will definitely come. And the next thing is knowledge and understanding. Do you really know your field? Do you really understand the current and emerging knowledge in your field? Are you able to convince funders that you are worth being investing in? How prepared are you? Prof, you should go next slide. How prepared are you in drafting or crafting your applications? Are you passionate? because knowledge should always go hand in hand with passion. And then, have you been able to identify the right opportunity in terms of interest alignment? Do you know the researches in your field? What you want versus what the funders want? Is there any alignment there? For instance, I could be in the field of aging, and then the funders are talking about climate change. You see, they are two different things. You try as much as possible to squeeze, although it can be done sometimes, depending on how innovative and how creative you are. And when you are seeking global fellowship and opportunity, you should learn how to write actively. Sometimes these people can request for research proposals, they can request for personal statements, they can request for statements of purpose and all of that. It depends on. You should be able to know how to write. And then you need to avoid common mistakes whenever you're writing, grammatical errors and all of that. Read very well. And then again, there's something I put on the slide, square peg in a square hole. What do you think the selection committee is looking out for? Do you have the leadership potentials and innovation? Do you think your topic is relevant to what the selection committee is looking for? And there's something I say, storifying your application, especially for those of us in social sciences. Whenever you're writing, depending on what you're writing on, it could be personal statements, especially when you are asked to write personal statements and all whatnot. Try as much as possible to add a storyline to your personal statements. It gives it a different touch and a different feel. Excuse me. Okay. So the next slide is on networking. So there's something I put here on using a network that works. Network with network that works. Just like you are in DIaDeRC. DIaDeRC or ASMN is a network that works. You see now, you could have a lot of people in the field, but are they relevant in your field? Will they give you what you want in your field? So it's very important to identify and know the network that will be most relevant to you in what you are doing.
Go on, Ma. You are muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, can you now?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Prof, please, can you go to the one on the next slide?
Okay. This one?
Okay, even before that one, but it's fine. So the slide before this one talks about time management.
This one?
It's important you realize the application deadlines whenever you apply. See, I'm discussing so many things at the same time. It's okay.
Okay.
Try and meet up with deadlines. What?
Go on, please. Let me know where. Okay, Tamari is here. Yeah.
Prof, are you talking to me?
I said we're on time management. Let me know the slide you want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So it's important for you to manage your time well. You need to realize or acknowledge that there's a submission time. So you don't do shabby work. Try as much as possible to prepare your application at least a day before the deadline. It's very important that you manage your work. And the reason why you need to do that is that you need to read and reread, possibly give other people your work to read so that they can give you feedback. For the next slide, I don't know what's wrong with my system here.
Sorry. Yeah, can you see it?
Okay, yeah, thank you. So we talk about imposter syndrome. Sometimes we feel that we are not good enough, and it's still all about the mindset. You feel that you're not good enough. You feel, oh, there are people that global opportunity is meant for, is not meant for me. You can see that lady in the mirror. You see that she looks like a Batwoman or Spider Woman or Superwoman, yet You can see the person she's seeing in the mirror, somebody that looks so dejected and all of that, yet her real self is a very strong personality. You can also see the woman in the shadow. She's very tall, huge, carrying a trophy, but the reality she's seeing is someone who is small. You see, this one is saying, oh, I cannot, I'm not capable. So it's all in the mind. You can see the other man there who used the hammer to break that shell, what you may like to call glass ceiling or whatever you like to call it. So you need to snap out of your imposter syndrome. The reason why I'm hinging on this, on mindset, is that everything rises and falls on your mind. It's very, very important. You cannot be having doubt in your mind and still be going for global opportunity. It will never work. So what if you have done all of these things, you've been positive and all of that? Yeah, Prof, the next slide, please. You've been positive and all of that, and you get rejected. The last workshop we had, we dealt extensively on dealing with rejection. So I'm not going to talk much about that. You could look for that video and the YouTube and watch it and hear what we talked about dealing with rejection. Even Professor Evans, some of his work, some of his proposals still get rejected. Rejection is not dejection. That doesn't mean that you are not good enough. It's just that probably the funding is not enough, or perhaps there are other core considerations they are giving. So whenever such a thing happens, what do? You deal with it. Of it, you try again. You must be able to replan, re-prepare, and re-execute. And then again, no matter how we see it, no matter how, like this is my last slide, no matter how we like to see it, the God factor is very important. Whatever you're doing, there's what we call spiritual intelligence is very important. Social and emotional intelligence is also very, very critical in all of these things. And if you don't get rejected or if you don't get the scholarship, you could get it. And that's why I say congratulations. When you get it, please don't rest on your oars. That's the beginning of another work. Let me give you a typical example. Myself, as I am here, yes, I'm on my postdoc presently, but I feel like, oh my God, it is very challenging. I need to prove that I'm worth being here. So you should aim to do much more than is expected of you. So there are so many things that other scholars on this call will still talk about, and I'm going to give them room to talk about it. So, but before I go, I want to tell you congratulations in advance. You are in the network that works, and I believe that after this, I will be happy to hear about your success story. So thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much. Let's clap our digital hands for Julie. Thanks a lot for such practical insights. We appreciate you. I think we'll go to Q&A later on. Yeah, but look, your hands is raised. Please just keep it. Or you can put your comment on the chat. We want to take 4 of them first, so we can take all the discussion together because they are the same topic from different perspectives. So let's clap our hands. Let's keep our comments on the chat, but we come to them at the same time. Without wasting time, I'd like to call on our next facilitator. By the way, Dr. Judy is currently postdoc in South Africa, and she just leading the research team that recently won the cholesterol awards. Thanks to you. And so let's go on to the next Dr. Okafor Victoria, who is currently a World Bank fellow in the World Bank office in Nigeria. So, Okafor Victoria, you have this space. I don't know, see the floor, the space. Yeah, your time start counting now.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to be here. Hope you can hear me.
Loud and clear. Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry, give me 1 minute.
You can share. If you want to share, can also share for you.
No, don't worry. I'll share my screen myself, please. Let me share my screen myself. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mark.
Prof,
Yes,
let me
boss.
share.
Go ahead.
Thanks.
So, by the way, let's keep our
Sorry.
comments coming on the chat. We'll take them at the same time.
All right. Good evening, everybody. I'm so happy to be here to be part of this platform. Although I don't think I'm very, very qualified to be here, but as Prof has said, we should come here.
You're welcome.
Oh, so I said, okay, let's come and say the one that we know. Oh, go help us. Okay. So, my name is Victoria Okafor, just like has been said. I want to first of all say, Dr. Judith, thank you very much for that enlightening session. And I might have to repeat some things that she said. She shouldn't have gone before me, Prof.
No, it was random.
All right, no problem, no problem. Okay, so international fellowship opportunities. So Dr. Judith has helped to set the proper foundation. So I'll just look at it from a more practical perspective, like the subtitle said, what I did, like practical steps that I take, that I think you can take and have good results. So first of all, I want to talk about the benefits of international fellowship. The benefit, one of the benefits is helps you to develop your career path. You know, one of the shocker that I realized was after I had finished the PhD, I realized that the PhD is not the end. It's just a road to a destination. You understand? So one of the benefits of international fellowships is that it helps to boost your career path. It helps to give you a direction. You might think once you finish your PhD that you have a direction and all of that, but when you partake of these fellowships, you begin to say, oh,
Victoria? You are paused? Hope it's on network. Possible network? Oh my God.
Yes,
Okay.
the network.
Should be Abuja network. Oh my God. Okay. What is trying to come back? Like, can we quickly jump to Romanus? I will please follow up with Victoria. Okay, let's. Yes.
I may need to share my slide. I don't know how we're going to do it.
You can share your slide.
Okay.
Is it possible to share? Yeah. So she wants to comment. Just so we can buy time. I know it's not. Okay.
It's like she's talking. Is she?
Is she back? Dr. Victoria. I can't see her again. She will continue from where she stopped when she comes back. Sorry about that. So go on, Romanus. Let's buy time.
Okay. Can you see my slide?
Yes.
Yeah.
Clearly.
What can you see? What can you see?
Practical insight on
All right,
certain.
Thank you, my boss. Thank you, my boss, Dr. Solomon. I appreciate Prof and other members of DIaDeRC. The lady has gone, so ladies first, and I think the prophecy has come to fulfill today. Ladies first before the guy. So 10 minutes, Prof, will not be enough. Anyway, I will rush, and we cannot finish everything today. We'll still continue this discussing after today's presentation.
Well,
so
the network
discussions
can continue. Yeah.
Don't worry about my network. My network is very good. So my network is all right. These objectives, the outline of the presentation, objective. This not necessary. I may not go into this. I may repeat some of the things that Victoria and Dr. Judith has said. I may repeat some of them. These are the reasons why we should look for funding. There are different reasons why we should look for funding. Imagine doing research with your own personal money. In Africa, over often time I jokingly say that the professor's salary cannot buy a return ticket to UK, which is very true. Imagine going to the field with your own personal money. You can't do it. So we need funding, we need fellowship to do our research, also for prestige, for promotion, for international conferences, and for equipment, depending on the nature of the funding, the equipment grants, equipment funding, curriculum for academics, and so many. And also the last one, I just included small goodies one to get rich. Of course, with funding, you can get rich. All right, let's look at the one that is very important and the steps. What are the steps to accessing this fellowship and this funding? Number one, capacity building. So I put a story of, we all know King David, the story of King David. If you look at David, David was not after the throne. Nothing concerned David with the throne. David was in the bush. What was he doing? Building capacity. He never knew that opportunity would come for him to be anointed and for him to ascend the throne one day and for him to also defeat Goliath. He never prepared for the throne. He never prepared. He was building capacity. So I will advise, please don't chase opportunity. Build capacity. For those of us still doing our PhD, please, when you are doing a PhD, make sure you publish, not just publish in a reputable journals, because your profile is online. They will find you. Like Prof travels up and down now. Most of the travel that Prof travel is based on recommendation. Why? Because he always has the capacity. Please don't look for opportunity, don't skip opportunity, but let's build capacity. When you build capacity, opportunity will come by itself. Opportunity will come. Even when the opportunity, when you don't have capacity like in this case now, the eligibility. Do you qualify? Do you have the ability in terms of research key to execute this project? It's better not to start a research project than to start and not finish. You know why? Because if you start, you don't finish, you may be a stumbling block for other people coming from your region. For example, if you are from Covenant University and you start a project and you don't finish it, anybody coming from that same university, it may be difficult to access. You know why? Because you have breached the social trust that the funder has with you. So number one, we should write down in our notes, number one, you should build capacity. To be eligible for funding, number one, you should build capacity. I put some testimonies here. Just to repeat that I'm one of the guests, one of our associate editor with Helion. How did they find me? They find my profile. They were looking for young researcher to work. They developed a new session, economic and finance, and they were looking for people to handle it. Just find my profile, and they wrote me, chief editor wrote me that we'll be happy for you to join us with a pay in foreign currency. So why? Because the capacity is there. So as researcher, let's try at least publish. And number two, get a good proposal. Judith mentioned proposal. Your proposal must first, it must be novel. It must be of interest of the funder, and the proposal must be good. If you have a proposal, you will get a good fellowship to fund it. People will be ready to fund your project because it's novel. The number, this one also in line with the, your proposal. Your proposal, who are your target audience? Who will benefit? Nobody will fund the research that is not of benefit to them. I put a testimony. This my host wrote me this message. You say, dear Romanus, thank you for your massive assistance in helping me reach 10 Scopus H&M. I got this 2 days ago from my host. So when you are being funded, what are the benefits to the host? If you are coming from Nigeria, you are going for a fellowship in Europe, what would be the benefit of your proposal, of your research to the host institution, to the host economy, to your host person as a supervisor yourself, the geographical location of what benefit is in terms of demography, groups, and this one benefit to the host. This one is very important, very important. If your proposal is not of interest to them, they will not fund it, no matter how good the proposal is. So you must align your proposal to the interests of the funder. So anybody seeing that will know, if I fund this guy, okay, there will be a benefit, they'll be ready to fund it. Then number 3, build network. Network is very important, very, very important. Yeah, very important. How do you build network? Because there are some fellowship, for you to apply, they may require a host. And to get a host, In fact, there was a fellowship I was supposed to apply in Germany. I couldn't get a host. But last month I went to a conference in India. I was able to get a host. I was just interacting with the professor, saying, "Oh, I like your idea. I will be ready to host it." That's how I got the host. So attend conferences. When you attend conferences, build network, make friends, leave your comfort zone, you see some people, all the friends they have are from the university, all their co-authors from the university, no international co-author, no international partner, no international collaboration. Network building is very important. To build network, you must attend workshops. You must attend. I'm not talking about workshop within your university. No, I mean international conferences, international workshops, seminars outside your state, outside the university. Talk to colleagues. When I mention colleague, I'm not just talking about your local colleagues. I mean colleagues in your field. All researchers are your colleagues. Those who have who the antecedent can speak for them. Talk to them. How did you get this? And read funded projects. You check the acknowledgement. Check how the research is being done. Review some publications. Write if you have any research interest, write them for their proposal. They'll be ready to share their proposal. Then number 4, gather your team. This one is also very important. When you are building your team, be very careful of people, be selective, people of like mind. There are some people some researcher, 1 week they will not check their email. So when you are building your team is very important. They can help you plan all the program details from beginning to the end. So build a strong research team. Then number 4, gather the essential documents, the essential declaration proposal before the reference letter. And when you are looking for reference letter, please make sure that, for example, if they require 3 references, please don't take 3 references from the same department. You can take one from your department from different countries. That will carry more weight than when you are collecting 3 references from the same department, from the same university, from the same country. For example, if you have one referee, your professor from Nigeria, maybe one from Europe and one from America, they will know this guy he has partners and is diverse. And also letter of intent, make sure, Judith mentioned motivational letter, which is letter of intent. Make sure your letter of intent, avoid stories, stick to the point, stick to the truth, stick to what they will know. Then the last one, give it a shot. Submit, and don't submit one and go and sleep. Submit as many as opportunity that comes your way. Submit, and when you submit, expect the worst. The worst they can do is to reject. And when they reject, please don't take it to heart. Push again, refine it, push it again until one day it will go through. Then in conclusion, in assessing global fellowship, number 1, build capacity. Don't chase opportunity. Build capacity. Number 2, network. That is partnership. These 2, capacity building and network, these 2 are very important. More important than the other, more important than your proposal. So your capacity, your networks are very important. And also get a team of like minds and other essential documents like proposal, motivation letter, among others. Thank you.
Wow, thanks so much, Romanus. You can clap your hands for him. Let's clap hands, digital hands, physical hands, spiritual hands, anyone. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Kirika. Let's keep our comments coming. We will take them at the same time. So, Dr. Victoria Okafor is back online. Sorry, there was a PhD. So, somebody can stop sharing now.
Honestly, I don't know which one it was.
Is
this still sharing?
Yeah, stop sharing. Yeah, thanks a lot.
I stopped already.
Yeah, Okafor, go ahead, please.
All right, thank you very much for this platform. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, clearly and clear.
Okay,
Make it full screen.
Full screen. Right.
Great.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm so sorry for the break in transmission. I had a power outage. All right, so moving on, I think Romanus has really built on what's honestly, Prof, why am I going after these people? Seriously, this is unfair.
It's divine. Not we are all ministers. in DIaDeRC, so it's a divine arrangement. Thank you.
Okay, but no problem. All right. Benefit I want to mention is professional network, because once you access these international fellowships and then you are out of your local space, you begin to build networks of people that are actually in your professional field. You know, so like in economics, if you say you're a development economics, you say you're a monetary economist or agri-economist, you begin in these fellowship opportunities, you actually network with people that are in that sphere, that niche that you're trying to build, which is really helpful. Also, like Romanus mentioned, it's an avenue for you to develop skills, develop capacity. That's the way he put it, to develop capacity. So in this, with fellowship opportunities, you're able to build professional skills. Things that you might not even think that were something, you begin to realize that they are serious professional advantage once you
No, now this Abuja network. No. But Okafor,
Did you rain?
I don't know what's happening to. That should be. And she's very close to Aso Rock. So what's happening?
open your mind, because like in knowledge from the place you're doing the fellowship. Then you can also build leadership charge. Oh, no, everybody can hear me.
Yes, your network
Hello?
was breaking. It was coughing. Go on, let's see. It was breaking. Now it's.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yeah, go on.
Well, it's breaking slightly.
It was breaking. Go on. Let's
Can
see.
you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah,
better.
we can hear you.
Continue.
I'm here
Yeah, go on, please.
with international fellowship. So let me just rush it. With international fellowship, you have an opportunity to travel, visit places, learn new cultures and stuff like that. So what did I do to get the opportunity that I had? These are basically the things I did. I updated my CV. I designed a cover letter template, harnessed my network, learned about interviews online, searched for opportunities.
This network. Dr. Victoria, your network is not networking. What is happening?
Vicky, your network.
The
network is Abuja network one.
Yeah.
What do you do? Dr. Victoria. Okay, maybe we'll come back to her again. So we can buy time. Maybe Dr. Folarin, are you said so I can just jump on you and then we'll come back to her. So we can.
All right, Prof, if
No.
you want that.
Yeah, we can't hear you, ma. We can't hear you.
She's still speaking. It's going on and off. I don't know.
We can't hear anymore.
Okay.
We cannot. It is breaking.
Yeah, it's really breaking.
Okay. Victoria, we don't mind. Let's pause and then we go on to Dr. Folarin. Can come back later.
I'm going to be.
Okay. So it's breaking now. I don't know what is happening. Your network is breaking. Maybe you can check. Are you using the XM data? Okay. Please just pause again. Let's jump on to Dr. Folarin and then we'll come back to you.
I'm giving a practical. So
okay, she's okay.
Your CV is like your. Is my slide changing?
Still on CV where you are. Try and change it. I did, it was breaking just now. We got frozen for some minutes. Can you hear us? Wow. The devil is a liar.
It's gone up.
Zaneto, please, let's take on to with Dr. Folarin. Please go ahead.
Okay.
We'll come back to her. Let me follow up with her on chat.
Yeah. Can you see my slide?
Yeah, we can see your slide.
Yeah, if you can make it full screen, that would be great.
Yes, we can. Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to meet Professor Evans. And I also want to congratulate all our premium members that are here. I believe we have been learning, we have been improving ourselves, and I believe we are not regretting being a part of this team. Within the 10 minutes I have, I'll be running through assessing global fellowships and awards. But my focus will be on the UK Global Talent, amidst others, also fellowships with outside our immediate, country. When we say global fellowship, global awards, I know my colleague has spoken a whole lot about it. It's just a way of showcasing ourselves, how much of yourself, how much of your academic work can be seen online, can be seen globally, and how much also can you prove what you say you have. Beyond the online presence and all, how much can you defend it when the time comes for you to defend it, right? So that's all about global opportunities, and how much also are we ready to compete? Because when we talk about global talents and global opportunities, global fellowship, you're not going to be competing with just our colleagues from our place of work, like the promotion exercises and all. This it becomes on a global scale. You're dealing with professionals from different countries, fairly maybe on at your level, yeah, but we're dealing with different professionals from different level, and on that basis, would they begin to sort and choose, right? So I do not want us, like my colleagues, senior colleagues and colleagues have spoken earlier, I don't want us to be in a position where we limit ourselves. You don't have to limit yourself. Whatever you have, I think I have some slides that speak about that. Whatever you have, be able to speak well about it, be able to defend it well, be able to stand for it, right? So you'll be surprised to see that what you think is small is actually a big deal. You'll be surprised to see that some people occupying global space do not even have up to what you have, and they're occupying it. We are only not just putting ourselves in the position to get the best that is out there for us, even though we have the capacity to get it. Okay, so like I said, my emphasis will be on global talent. What's global talent? So there's something they call the global talent visa. I know a whole lot of people, in country, Nigeria, whatever country you're from, have this desire, to travel out to Japan, to go to one country or the other. I want to explore other opportunity. This global talents visa is something that gives you the opportunity to actually move to another country, to actually move to a developed country and still be a professional. That's a major problem about this jackpot syndrome and all that. So you want to leave your country, but you're not sure of what to expect and all that. So, but global talent visa is a global opportunity that gives you the opportunity to move from your country, to migrate, and yet be able to practice as a professional, as an academician, whatever you love to practice, to still practice in that area, and you are regarded as a leader, or as a leader or a potential leader in that area. So that's what global talent is all about. At first, when I was to apply for it, I was somehow not so sure, will I get it? Do I have all it takes and all? But I just had to put in all that I had, and I believed that I have enough. It might not be 100 over 100, but apparently being a teacher, being a lecturer, I know that a distinction is not 100 over 100. It starts from 70. It's 70 over 100, right? So as long as I have something good enough, a 70, a 75, an 80, I can still strike it. And that was how I went for it. And indeed, to my amazement, I actually got it within a very short period of time. So what are the requirements, because of the time I have, what are the requirements for Global Talent Visa? As long as you have a PhD, you've completed your PhD. I don't know how many of us here have completed our PhD. As long as you have completed your PhD, you're qualified to apply for Global Talent Visa, right? And you'll also be required to submit an updated CV. On your CV, you would need to put in all your profile links that speaks about your work on the global space. You will need to put it there. You will need to update it. Not so elongated CV. At most, you should have a 4-page CV, no more than that. That's what you are requested to submit. You will also be requested to submit a detailed personal statement. You will need to convince the assessors that you have a leading capacity that can positively impact the European country, right? Or specifically the United Kingdom. So you have to be able to convince them on what you have been doing in the past, what you're presently doing, and what you're willing to do in the future that will positively, impact the research world and also the academic world of the United Kingdom. You also need to prove your connections with international associations. So that's good. I heard some of the facilitators that spoke earlier said the importance of building capacity, right? So if you're talking about building capacity, we're talking about attending conferences, we're talking about registering with international associations, not just our local associations. Sometimes I know the expenses might be there, but it's beautiful to have this connection. Maybe one, maybe two, check online. I don't know if we are all economists here, look for economics association. I know there's one in Canada. I know there's one in the UK. I know, register with them, be members. Sometimes even your registration might expire, but you do not even know when time will come, and it is those opportunities that will speak for you. It's those connections that will speak for you. It's those connections that will prove that, yes, you have been serious over the years. Because they will check, when did you start your registration with this association? Are you just going to register with these associations because of what you are looking for? So it's at this time we need to start building all those little things, maybe 1 in a year, maybe 2 in a year. I know we are doing a whole lot publishing and all, but it's something that is good to also do, right? So another requirement for Global Talent is an international fellowship. They ask you for that. What fellowship do you have? What international connection do you have? They just want to see that. Then also reference letter. A lot of people have problem with the reference letter because you will be requested to get a reference letter from a senior colleague in your field, in your specific field. So that's the beauty of building connections. And when you build connections, go to conferences, connect with people. When you build connection, also, it is important to state that we should not break trust. It is important to state that we do not break trust. In this network of us, we find some people, you build connection because of what you want to get and you just get out. It's not the best. Build connections because you don't know when that connection will come up to speak for you, will come up to save you, right? So those are the basic requirements that will be requested. I also stated some advantages of Global Talent, and I want to say that you can actually apply for this Global Talent Visa or opportunity from any part of the world, regardless of where you are. So it's not a function of, oh, I have to be in the UK before I can apply. From Nigeria, I've had colleagues that applied for this. And I also want to state that it's not only in the UK. This same opportunity is in the US. Like really, really beautiful opportunity for researchers. I know someone in the US also that got it. It's a 5-year long visa. And that 5-year visa is beautiful that unlike other people, before you even finish your 5-year term, you can actually apply for your indefinite leave to stay. If you are not on this route, it takes you 10 years to get it. But on this route, those are the multitude of advantages that you have, right? So, like I said, advantages of the Global Talent, it gives you the permission to live and work in the UK for up to 5 years, depending on how current your PhD is, right? So that's a determinant for that. So then you also have the permission to practice as an academician, like a professional. If you choose to come in and you don't want to be a lecturer anymore, there's no limit to what you can do. Unlike other visas that come in, when you come in, you are restricted to the profession you can practice. This is open. You can choose any profession you want to practice, but except sports. As stated in the except sports, you're not allowed to do sports. You're not allowed to come and become a football coach or something like that, right? So except that, you can practice as a professional, you can get job anywhere and practice. The law will not stand against you, right? So you also have access to indefinite leave in 3 years as against 10 years for other regular people, because once you get it, you are regarded as a leader, a potential leader or a leader. So they treat you on that scale. As a matter of fact, any other thing you are applying for, their preference, once they see the status you are in, right? Because any other thing you're applying for, they can read all of your documents immediately. They can read all of your documents. So any other thing you're applying for, once they see the status you are on, the privilege rubs up on it. It rubs up on it. So you're able to get it, say driving visa, say whatever it is, it rubs up on it. You're also able to get a faster route to be a UK citizen. In 5 years, you can actually become a UK citizen, as against 10, 12 years and all that. And you'll be paying and paying and paying, and even worried. The trauma, the disturbance is totally off your neck once you are on this. And, I just really saw it as a beautiful one and rewarding one for PhD candidates, because PhD journey is a journey. It's a wonderful journey. Kudos to my professor, sir. So I believe that after you've gone through that, when there are rewarding opportunities, it is beautiful to tap into it. It is beautiful to tap into it, right? Also, with Global Talent Visa, also you can have a business. If you choose to run a business, if you have if you want that, if you love it, you can also, it gives you that leverage to have a business. There's no law against you. You are covered. It covers you. You can also you can be an academician, you can be a researcher and still own a business. It covers you. So the law gives you that capacity, that's freedom, because they see you as a strong positive force to their economy, and they trust you. As long as you are able to pass that screening stage and hand it, they give you that whole benefit. It also allows you to bring in your family. There's no restriction. You can bring in, if you have 10 children, you can bring them all. If you have spouses, you can bring them all. There's no restriction on it. It covers them all. Right. So I also just wanted to state this, that the fees, I somewhere already put in the links if you're interested.
Esther, we can tidy up in 3 minutes. That'd be great. I know you are passionate about it. We appreciate it. We can
Thank you. Yeah, Prof, I'm already rounding up. It's not much. My slide is not much, just few.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right. So I already stated the cost there if you're interested. Then I also want to say, for those that maybe they've not finished up their PhD, you're still on your PhD journey, you will just want to start and all that, useful tips: set your goals and direction, understand, let there be clarity on what you want to do and pursue it, establish strong professional connections while you go to conferences, build it up and grow in it, right? Develop your skills, because you will at one point or the other have to prove it that you really have what you testify to have. Update your profiles, your LinkedIn page, your OSAD page, your research page, update it, because they will keep checking to prove the professional status that you say you have. Useful links, if you're interested, you can go there. And any other question, I'll be open to take it. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, thanks to all our wonderful facilitators. Let's appreciate Dr. Folarin, Esther. Okay, I think all our profiles are on our website, so I don't have to tell us who they are. You already know them, and also she's currently on that route, and thanks to her, she's so all of us we are drawing from experience. Dr. Jura is back again with us. Sorry, the third time is the time to rise. So, have you said, Dr. Jura, we'll take you now, then we go to Q&A quickly. Your mic is muted. Esther, you can stop sharing so that she can go on.
Okay. All right.
Let's keep our comments coming on the chat. We check them later. Comments, questions, anyone, please go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, go on, please. Sorry about that. Okafor, over to you. You can try and conclude your presentation.
Okay. Sorry, I have to apologize to all of you for this. I mean, the network has been good all day since I came back from church. I don't know what now happened, but God is faithful anyway.
There was a lie, I don't mind.
So
Continue, please.
yeah, so access fellowship opportunities like to access fellowship opportunities like World Bank fellowships and other postdoc fellowships. What I did was updated my CV, designed a cover letter template, harnessed my network, learned about interviews online, searched for opportunities, and apply. I think I said that. So I'll be taking all of these one by one. I'll be going through as fast as I can. So I want to ask a question, and I please want to see your answers in the chat. How long do you think it takes for an interviewer to review a CV? Yeah, whatever your option is, just write it out, type it out in the chat. I'm looking forward to your responses. Someone said 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay, so I want to see your answers. A lot of people are saying, okay, 3 minutes. I guess it's between 3 minutes and 30 seconds right now. 30 seconds. See, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Okay, thank you so much for participating in this very interesting quiz. Yes, you are all correct. So an interviewer basically has 30 to 45 seconds to go through your CV. And your CV should be able to tell your potential employer or the fellowship you're applying to that it's supposed to be able to tell you your strengths, what makes you qualified, what you bring to the table in 30 seconds. That is what they are supposed to see in your CV in 30 seconds, which sounds daunting, but it's actually achievable. If you present your CV in a way that it's supposed to say what it's supposed to say. So now, a CV is like your passport that tells your potential employer who you are. It's supposed to say what you're capable, what you've done, like a history of where you've been that makes you qualified for where you are. Global fellowship opportunities shouldn't include things like whether I'm a male or a female. That shouldn't be included. State of origin, age, those are irrelevant in international CV. You need to know that your audience and your competitors are not the people in your university, are not the people in your space. You're competing with international people as well. So they don't really care your state of origin, whether it's Nasarawa or it doesn't matter. So you can have a chronological CV and a functional CV. This is a template of what a functional CV is. I don't expect you to be able to read what is there. Okay, I don't expect you to be able to read what is there, but I want you to pay attention to the headings. You can see the headings has name. That place has email, phone, LinkedIn. That is all. There is nothing like state of origin or all of that. Then it has your profile. That's like an introductory sentence of yourself. This is a functional CV. Sorry, this is a functional CV, and you can see that it has professional summary and experience. What a functional, this is good, especially in situations where there is a gap in your CV, for instance, like maybe for 2 years, there was nothing you were doing. You take your professional summary and take it by what your experience is. Like in this particular professional summary, the subheading that says creative concept development, that is what he was able to do when you worked in that space. When he worked in writing and editing, that was the experience he did right there. And when you worked in cross-cultural communication, that was the experience he had. And then he just put the experience and see where education comes and languages he could speak. So, I mean, that's just an example of a functional CV. This is an example of a chronological CV. So this one there is no gap in your CV, so you're able to say what you did in each period of time in your life, in your career life. Okay, so you will see that there are common things like career summary is common, and then but you see that when you get to the experience, it is different. So it takes it back. Okay, where did I work? I worked at the World Bank DC office I'm working there between 1994 to present, and at different points I've had different promotions, and these are the experiences in different promotions. Before the person now come back to another place he has worked, then look at the position that education comes in and look at the position that languages come in. You can see that experience is coming even before education. All these things are important because when you're applying for global, like I said, the people you're competing with are global citizens, you understand? So you see the arrangement also matters, which comes before what? We are used to putting education before experience and then other things. So, but you can see after your career summary, experience comes next, then your education, and then if you want to write your articles, that is after languages and all of that. So, and then another thing I must say that is not in this CV template is that when you're applying for global opportunities, okay, so you want to highlight, in fact, when you're presenting your publications in your CV, must establish that this interviewer has 30 seconds to go through your CV. So you can imagine you putting a list of all your 20, 40 papers. It doesn't help your case. I would suggest put strongest paper only. Top 5 strongest paper only. And when I say top 5 strongest paper, what is it? What qualifies as your strongest paper? Those papers that are like in Scopus Q1 journal. You understand? That should be your number. The year you published it, like if you published it 3 years ago, it doesn't matter. Put it there. You get that one that is Scopus Q1. Put it as your number 1 paper. Then the one that you think, like, sometimes some people have written paper on economics and then they're now going to publish it in Journal of Administrative and Business Study. That one will not help your case. Because in these global fellowships, they want to know that, oh, you can publish in your field. Do you understand? So if you write a paper on economics and then you're going to publish it in Journal of Strategic Studies, don't bother. Don't put it, even if you are proud of the paper that you wrote there, please don't put it on the list. You understand? So this is just an example of papers that should make your top 5 that you put as your list of references. Okay, moving on. I will go to designed cover letter template. So a cover letter, I found this on internet, is a document submitted for a job application or resume explaining the applicant's credential and interest in the open position. So it's basically a letter of introduction. And who is the letter introducing? The letter is introducing you. Let me tell you why I'm placing a lot of emphasis on cover letter. And don't worry, even though the light has
maybe you can
gone,
put up your video so that
the
you can put up your video.
stable. So why I'm placing it.
Vicky, you can put up your video so that,
thank you.
yeah, great. It can help your network. Thank you.
Okay, so it's basically a letter introduction and is introducing you. Like I said, the reason why I'm placing a lot of emphasis about this aspect is because you're trying to convince somebody that has not met you, somebody that has not seen you, why you're good for this position. You understand? So this letter, this CV cover letter, they have to be impressive enough for the person to say, okay, yes, even though I've not met this person, but this is giving a good storyline of this person. So let me contact this person. So the cover letter should introduce you. And what does it contain? It should contain why are you interested in the position? That is first paragraph. You understand? Why are you interested in this position? What makes you qualified for this position? That includes, this should entail your past experiences that matches with the requirement for that fellowship and your qualification and what you intend to bring on board. This is what your cover letter should contain. You understand? I'll take that again. Why you are interested. So
Now,
like
Vicky,
when you
I know
write
you have a lot
the
to say.
cover
You
letter
can try and tidy up in 2 minutes. That'd be great.
Okay.
You can tidy up in 2
All
minutes. That'd
right.
be great.
So
I know you have a lot. So I can go to Q&A. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'm done with that. Then harness your network. Sorry, this is not a silent print. So harness your network. Take advantage of your network. Use every opportunity, like Romanus, Dr. Judith, Dr. Folarin has emphasized on this. Use every opportunity to meet people, especially people that are in the position of where you are aiming at. You can connect with people on LinkedIn. Send them introductory message. You understand? Say, hi, I've read your profile. I'm interested in what you're doing. I am this, and all of that. And ASMN is a good platform to harness your network. You understand there are lots of professionals on this platform that you can send message, asking questions, and they will respond to you. Then never stop learning. You can't over prepare. Practice potential interview questions, honestly. I mean, like, you know how to express yourself verbally. A lot of people, what I've realized about Africans is that Africans are good, Africans are intelligent. Most times we don't know how to express ourselves, to sell ourselves. We feel like we're being proud to say that this is what I can do and all of that. But know how to express yourself, know how to sell yourself. Imagine that you are a product. The product is you. The product is you. So learn how to present this product. Alight all the best audience. Then I also searched for opportunities online. LinkedIn is a very, very good platform. Follow your maybe you're an agricultural economist and all of that, and then the people that you are following are communications experts, social media content creator. Please desist from that. That following, if I go and be looking for professors in your field, don't care where they are, Europe, United States, don't care, just follow them. Because these professors that are on LinkedIn, sometimes they don't put these job opportunities on the university website. They can just come online and post. I am looking for a postdoc in this. If you know you're interested in this opportunity, contact me. Please, I beg in the name of God, don't comment in that post and be saying, oh, what is the opportunity about? What is the requirement? Don't do that. Well, if they said contact me or send something to this email, go to the email, introduce yourself. I am this, that. I am reaching you based on the opportunity I saw you post on LinkedIn. And then you now begin to write, oh, this is why I think I'm interested in this position and all those things. Basically, your cover letter things. That is what they want. They don't want you to comment on the post and say, you now write comment in the LinkedIn post and say, I'm interested. No, please don't do that. Just go to the channel they say you should use to apply. Use that channel and present your application. So this is another link you can try if you copy, if you paste this link. They usually paste a lot of opportunities. It might say UK, but sometimes, I mean, they even post opportunities in China, in Netherlands, and other European countries. So you might want to check that. And according to your field, there's so many fields, even if you're doing space engineering, I think they usually post postdocs on those opportunities. Then apply and keep applying. See, Romanus said it. We can't overemphasize it. Don't see, you know, there was something I read somewhere. Initially, before I applied for a position, I used to want to feel like 80%. I used to want to feel like, let me meet 80% of the requirements before I apply. But then I read something somewhere that if a man should read a job opportunity and see the requirements, even if he is 50% qualified, even if he's only 50% of the requirements that he meets, he will still send in his application. So that is always in my head. When I see an application that I feel like I'm just like 60%, I meet only 60% of the requirement, I shouldn't apply and all that. Once I remember, if a man should see this thing, even if it's 50% qualified, he's going to apply, my dear, apply. So I will just apply and see where it gets me. So you don't have to wait till you feel like, because sometimes they will post a lot of requirements and like, oh my God, what is this? But sometimes you don't have to feel 100% that you meet the requirement 100%. No, you don't. You don't have to feel that before you apply. Once you meet 50% of the requirement, please just send in your application. The application, and the fact that the application was not successful doesn't mean that you have failed. One of the things that helped me was that, in fact, there was a time I was getting rejection letters for postdoc opportunities like every week. But this is what I gained from that experience and what perseverance taught me, that rejection is not really rejection, it's like non-acceptance. You understand? It's like non-acceptance. And the truth is, while I was doing all those applications that I was getting rejection for every week, I had to be updating my cover letter, because for every application, I have to write a cover letter that is tailored to that particular position. You understand? I have to write a cover letter that is tailored to that position. So by doing that often and often, I began to master the art. I began to see the mistakes, right? In my cover letter presentation. I feel that, oh, I do write this cover letter well. That for that last application, it's like I'm getting a handle of it because I kept at it. I kept at it, and you know, practice is the way to mastery. So I kept at it. So I began to realize the thing that even if my cover letter to begin to present myself better and better. You understand? You begin to master it, and before you know, you're submitting a cover letter, a resume that is going to be accepted. So I leave you with this final, that prepare ahead so that when the opportunity comes, you're ready. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Victoria Okafor. And let's clap for all of them, Dr. Victoria Okafor, Dr. Judith Ani, Dr. Romanus, Dr. Esther Folarin. They've given us this nugget from their personal experience. One thing we do on DIaDeRC, we don't just tell you stories, we tell you what our eyes have seen and our hands have also handled. All right, thanks a lot for all the insight. Now we have some questions on the Q&A. They're already coming, keep them coming. We'll call our happiness to read into us. And then I can ask that, let's see how far we go. I have 50 to tell us as closing remarks, but let's take all the comments behind. Dr. Happiness, are you set? And for the comment, anybody, any of the 4 wonderful facilitators can add a voice. Or like one of them are targeted to Esther. People want to jackpot. Please, this is not why we're doing this training. Okay, it's global. The world is global. UK just one country out of over 210 countries. So, okay, let's go beyond it. And some of the people asked about cover letter. Let's follow us on our on our pages. Most of these things, we have a short videos on them on our YouTube page. How to do a cover letter, how to do your CV, all of these are there. So please, if you are not following us on our YouTube page, you are wrong, because all of these, we have close to over 50 videos that are there for you. Let's go through them. All right, great. So let's take Happiness. Please read some of the questions.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prof. Thank you, everyone. And thank you so much to the facilitators for the wonderful session. Like it was awesome. And we want to take some few questions. We have about 2 questions here. The first one is for Dr. Folarin. It says, I have started applying for the Global Talent Visa, but I have not finished my PhD yet. I have gotten IHS number. Can I continue the application or put it on hold until I finish my PhD? That's from the Dr. Igara Michi. So Dr. Folarin, over to you. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So if you have not finished your PhD, I would advise you not to continue with it because it will be turned down. So please wait till you've finished your PhD and you have evidence for the completion of your PhD.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Folarin, for that. But I hope you got the response. Thank you. And the next question is, where should be the starting point of someone who is a fresh PhD graduate and who has been in the public sector for over 20 years with no clear career path, few published papers with little experience, and wishes to cross over to academics and research? I think I'll be handing over to Dr. Judith for this. Dr. Judith, are you here? Okay, if she's not here, Dr. Romanus, please, can you help us? Okay, she's here. All right, thank you so much, please. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so my response is just very simple. You have actually started. And being in the public sector for such a long time, you have an edge over someone that has been in the academia. One of the things I know one of the things I did, which I liked, was at some point I had to get into the industry and look at how they do things, how they do action research, how they think, how they write. I can tell you that you have started already being an ASMN member, and I'm sure you're in one of the clusters you have started. So what you're going to do is that try and locate people who are in your field, begin to write papers, begin to seek out opportunities. And when you're writing, you are writing from practical things that are out there, things that are no longer theory. So the response is quite simple. You have started, you're on the right track. Locate people who are in the same field as you, begin to write papers and begin to look out for these opportunities. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Judith, for that. And that was a fantastic response. So we have another question here. It says, this is for Dr. Folarin. On the Global Talent Visa, how can someone apply in Nigeria? Is there any need for a guide, or are you willing to guide for registration? I think you covered this already in your slide. A section of your slide detailed this. But Dr. Folarin, please can you shed more light?
Yes. So I already shared the link. If you want, they could still drop the link for you. So it's in my slide. The link is there. That's the beginning point. So take the link, go through. A lot of explanation is already there online. If you don't have any other specific questions.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, if there's any other, so the link, all the information you need is there, except you have any other specific. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Folarin, for that response. We have another question here from Nico Devices. Cover letter, statement of purpose, and motivation letter, what are the differences? Okay, Prof already answered this. So we have a lot of videos on that on the DIaDeRC YouTube channel. Please kindly check it.
Okay, kindly, Happiness, please give me a minute. Let me just try and point out some maybe
thank you so much.
Something on cover letter. And yeah, like I said, cover letter is like a letter of introduction, and the person the cover letter is introducing is you. Do you understand? It's you. So like now, if I wish I could, I'll try and maybe after I've said this verbally, I'll try and I will share a copy of what my cover letter looks like. you write the managers and some things like you write the manager, the hiring manager, the prospective hiring manager for the position, his address is like a letter, and then you write cover letter, and then you say, "Dear sir, I am reaching you based on the position I saw on this." You mentioned where you saw the position. I think I'm interested in this position because I have a PhD. I just completed my PhD in this and my research actually focused on this that. Second paragraph, you begin to talk about what you did in your research and then other things, maybe the output. I was able to publish this article from my research, and you can attach a link that this publication I published from a PhD can be found in this link, and then the last paragraph, what you bring into the team, why you think you're a great addition, and why you want to work with his team. Now, for a motivation letter maybe for like a fellowship in World Bank or IMF and all of that. The motivation letter is, why do you want to be a development expert? Because World Bank, IMF, they're development organizations. Okay, they are trying to bring about economic development and all that. So it's a case of, why do you want to be a development expert? Now, for such a letter, you want to draw from personal experience. You can say, oh, as a young man, young woman that grew up in the suburbs of Nigeria, I experienced poverty firsthand. I see what it meant to be, at the, you know what you understand the sufferings of the vulnerable and the poor. And then I decided, this is just example, please. And then I decided that, I was going to I want to be in a position to bring about development in my community, this, that. You understand? So you want to bring a personal experience to a motivation letter.
Okay,
That's what I'm trying to highlight. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That was so detailed. Okay, thank you. And Dr. Wawa just mentioned something in addendum to what you just said, Dr. Vicky. When you do your CV, do you include, okay, the first one is, how long should the CV be? And number two, when you do your CV, do you include experience that is not relevant to the particular opportunity you are applying for? Because if you leave them out, it may seem there's a lot of gap in your CV, but then those experiences may seem out of place and irrelevant. Okay.
Thank you very much for this question. So, in your CV, when you mean something that are irrelevant,
I think I can take that because I know you are too detailed. Yeah, in most cases, they tell you the limits. But we had to apply for a grant last 2 weeks. They said CVs 2 pages for the doctors, all the lead researchers. Sometimes maximum 4 pages. So you now look at, what are we applying for? What do I have in my CV that market that we're applying for? So CV should be context-based, and like thanks to Happiness, she now has with my CV. I'll give us a very sad story. I was applying for one UN job as a consultant, UN Women, and then I applied that. I didn't get feedback, but because I know somebody there, and I asked, please, can I get feedback? And they wrote, my feedback was quite disturbing and encouraging. One, he is the most qualified candidate from everything. However, there's no evidence that he has done any job with UN. For me, for God's sake, I've done a lot of job for UN, UNIDA, UNEP, all of that. But I didn't fit. I put it somewhere under, like, it was not highlighted. So from that time, what I did was, so like Vicky mentioned, that don't put all your publications. If you look at I have over 100 pages or 200 publications. But what I now do now is, anything I'm applying for, I segment my publications, those in the area of public sector, in the area of agri sector, in the area of finance development, so that whatever I know this one is for, I can knock off all of that and focus on the one that suits it. So CV is not just one master CV. you have or one cap fit all. No, your CV should be context-based. If they say 2-page CV, please focus on 2-page CV. Look at what is most important in that CV that can enter 2 pages and that can say what you want to say in that point. If you say 4-page, focus on that. So it should be context-based. And like we mentioned earlier, we have a post on YouTube on that. So please, let's check it out. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Prof, and thank you so much, Dr. Vicky. Next one is we have another question from someone who says, for the Global Talent Visa, what are some of the international associations one can join? Do they have to be academic? And I think this is for Dr. Folarin. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for the question. Yes. I mentioned that, like, if you are, depending on your field, if you're an economist, I mentioned the Canadian Association of Economists, or the is it a Canadian Economics Association? Then we also have in the UK, you have the Royal Economic Society. You can actually check them online. Just like Economics Association in the UK, Economics Association in Canada, Economics Association in the United States of America, you will find a whole lot. So you just go for the ones that you can afford and all that, as long as it is legit, right? So that will be fine. It has to be in your field. It has to be in your field. It shows that you are connected with other professionals in that field across the globe.
Thank you so much, Dr. Folarin. Thank you. And the next question says, which I think should be the final question, are there links that one can access fellowships and grants opportunities that can be shared?
Well, let me take that, please.
Your prof is going to take that.
Well, that is also to encourage us. Please, if you are in but as me premium, there's hardly any 2 days without we sharing opportunities. So I think I was going with somebody last week is here on this call. So I was asking a question like, she said she doesn't have time. Well, I know I'm very busy, but it's about priority. If you can, in a day, just devote like 10 minutes to check platforms in every day. Okay, if you're in a cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3, cluster 3, cluster 4, cluster 5, or you're in batch 1, batch 2, or some premium, ensure you check what is happening there. Just devote 10 minutes daily to check what's happening there. There's hardly any 2 days pass without sharing opportunities on that platform. So let's check that. And one thing about this is checking out that if you apply for anyone, most of the organizations put you on their mailing list should be getting many. So it's not only for us, many people also share their course. So there are a lot of fellowships all over, and we have been very consistent in sharing them in our platform. Let's currently share. It could be called. It is not about networking. It may not be start with the fellowship. You just be called. I think there's a call now for World Bank, a conference fully funded. Let's check it out. And I won't share one last week from Danish from Denmark for experienced scholar, for postdoc. Let's check them out. And so let's be much more vibrant in our platforms. Most of those courses are there. Okay, it may not be in your personal phone, but if you go to the group you belong to, premium group, you have them there. I just want to beg us to take more time so that we can try to end in the next 10 minutes. If you allow me. Any other burning question, please, let's check. Okay, sorry, I was in now time to apply. Okay. Yes, time is life. So it's about interest. If it's part of your interest, you find time for it. For there's a book I want to write, God help me. It's about dealing with the monster of I don't have time. Understanding life as a game of interest. Whatever you have time for, whatever you have interest for, there will be time for it. So that's the irony. That's what I'm. So please, like we said earlier, if you want to get, if you remember our grants, our ASMN premium, or our ASMN training, the very first training we talk about, if you want one, you go for at least 10. Or to make it better, if you want one, go for 7 times 70. And before you finish that, you get one. Okay. But let me try and conclude while we wait for question. Once again, let's appreciate our presenters so far. They've done us so well. I want to quickly take closing remarks, and then we can have 1 or 2 questions that we can run with. Can you see my screen? And then we can see it, that will be, let me know yes or no, or yes on the slide. For the sake of those who came late, we already said the training, and the Romanus talk about capacity building, most of them Folarin capacity building. So what we are doing now is that is capacity building. So we are building us for the past 4 weeks. We have spent time on it. Thanks to all our facilitators, from Solomon to Dr. Marcos, to Karakara, to Folarin, to Romanus, to Judith, to Victoria, all of that, they put in their time. And I do all of this for us for free of charge. So let's appreciate them by putting all of this to work. And all the links have been shared. So let's put to work what we have learned. Okay. And we said for the past 4 weeks, we have been running it. And one thing we have, I want to be grateful to God is that even in my absence last week, the program was still running, which means it's not about me, it's about a network we are building. So we are all part of the network. Let's see how we can play a role. Now, the other one we are putting on hold was the issue. After today, we focus on begin to promote our next one, which is ASMN 4.0 that start in October. Now, I'll tell us something about it just shortly. So the one on secondary data and quantitative data, we put it on hold till after ASMN 4.0 by the grace of God. But we have all the links so far. Let's do our best. And like we said, this feature should come to our mind. Also, our newsletter has been shared every month that contains details of opportunities on it and also progress report. Let's check it out. We are the one to drive it. We are just providing the platform for us to write. Okay, people always ask me, how do we encourage our colleagues to join premium membership? It's simple. Once you go to our website, you see join the network, and that is that. And if you can even type on our website as premium, you get it. Our website is so simple that you can search on it. Okay, and it's quite straightforward. So let's encourage our other colleagues, home and abroad, to be part of it. It's a way we are building together. I was talking to one of our colleagues that my idea that by the time we come, every country in Africa, there must be a ASMN member there. So our focus is building Africa capacity. That's my goal. Somebody was asking me, going from we're traveling from Rabat to Casablanca. He said, Prof, why are you doing all this? So why are you punishing yourself? What's your goal? I said, my goal is to see more of me in many young African scholars. That's my target. And every time you get better. So we already have our 5+ star team working. Let's ensure we are part of it and collaborate. Thanks to other team that are already working. Okay, so I want to share quickly before these are the closing remarks to summarize what many people have said. I call it the 4 cardinal points. So I want to put my 20 years of experience in this area in 4 points. Okay. And this is our LinkedIn page, Instagram. You are active on the Twitter, Facebook, just DIaDeRC. Once you search the word DIaDeRC, you get it. And if you're not following us on any of these pages, you are wrong and show your follow. So you can, there's not 1, 2, 3 days we don't post something. Okay, either a video or a post, opportunities. Let's check it out and to be good. So I want to give all these parting words, 4 cardinal points, putting my experience of 20 years in 4 points. What are they? Many of them have said, point number 1. If you can read it, let's read together. Everybody want to go? Focus and discipline. Okay. Discipline. So you need focus and discipline. Make it your proven companion towards excellence and attaining your goals. Okay. So you must know what do I want as a researcher, as a scholar in your field. What do you want? Okay, not that you are attending wedding tomorrow. Next one is a birthday celebration. They are good, but you should major on your major and minor on your minor. So make focus and discipline your number 1 cardinal point. I don't have to give us a story, but just know this was me last week in the UN office in Nairobi. We have a part of the Global Authors working on the G7 Global Art Group for the UN. Last week. Okay, so that's number 1 cardinal point. Number 2 cardinal points is, if you can read, everybody want to go? Be daring, curious, and confident. Number 2 cardinal points. Reach out. Don't be scared of saying, don't be afraid to hear no. After several no's, there's a yes nearby. just give this we just signed an MOU with University of Regina in Canada. And by the way, by God's grace, we're meeting with them next week or so, 23rd of September. We're going to, they are working towards jointly organizing our SME 4.0, and they are very happy about it. Is that the first university we have approached to? Not really. There are many other approaches to. Some of them, they want us to offer SME with money, and they can be like, I tell them, my goal is not about money making. I've had people writing us from US, from Europe. They want to be part of our SME premium, but we should charge fee for certificate. And it's going to be in dollars, $200, $300. I said, no, if you do that, you price out our target audience. Our target audience are early career, mid-career. These are people who need help. So, but these ones, so that our goal aligns with their goals. So don't be afraid to hear no. After many no's, there's a yes. So cannot point 2, be daring, be curious, and be confident. Last point is cardinal point 3. If you currently want to go,
put money and personal gains behind.
Put it behind you. Like they'll say, seek values and contribution first. Money and reputation shall be added onto you. So don't, anytime you are going for collaboration, networking, don't put money in front, put it behind you. Because money is a reward. As long as you have value to offer, you'll be rewarded. I'll give an example. I was in Rwanda last year and I directed a book I published, I edited for Routledge. And they were surprised after giving my talk, because my talk was based on the book. I donated the book to them. This is Agrodep Academia. They're very happy. And just last month or so, last month, they told me that they are doing a program and they wanted me to be part of it. And they saw that I have the consistency and the mindsets. And currently we're organizing the project with them. And by this week Wednesday, I think I sent that post on our chat. Those who are working in the area of food system, we'll be hosting a workshop with them on to look at Nigeria's milestone regarding UN food system project so far. So don't put money first, don't put value first. Money and reputation will be added onto you. Okay, that's number 3 points. Number 4 points. 1, 2, everybody. Be open-minded
and peaceful with others.
There's a butler to mention Joseph to Pharaoh. So we're talking about a referral here and they don't know who mention you to who. So just, of course, we are from different backgrounds, people from different backgrounds. Even if you argue, end the argument in peace and go. Even if you need to end the collaboration, end it in peace, so that somebody can refer you to. Most of this was James Robinson of University of Chicago, and through collaboration with him, now I have hosted his PhD student in Nigeria, and we organized we did a seminar July this year, based on just an initial collaboration. So these are the 4 points I want to leave you at with. 4 cardinal points. 1, focus and be disciplined. Very important. You need to keep your eye single. Focus on your focus. Major your major, minor your minors. Number 2, be daring, be curious, and confident. There's always a yes after several no's. Okay, then put money and personal gains behind you. Okay, seek contribution, seek value. Money and gain will only be added onto you afterwards. Then lastly, be open-minded and peaceful with others. There's always a butler that will introduce Joseph to Pharaoh. So on that note, I want to say thank you so much. We take the last phase of question in the next 5 minutes, and we are good to go. All right, thanks, guys. Okay, Madam Happiness, thank you for great. Okay, thanks a lot. So that we are not just. Okay, thanks a lot. Let me see. Yes, it's to become upload content. That's my goal. Okay, thanks a lot for that. Any other point, please, happiness check. Then we're good to. Mind to have a few minutes to go. I want to end in the next 5 minutes. Something open your mind, can raise your hand, we can acknowledge it. I will try to go. By the way, all the links for these 4 sessions are available. Let's check them out and go through over them again and again. Okay, and let's ensure we are cooperating and collaborating our various clusters. Very important. We are all part of it. It's a network. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, let's check. Any other comments? Okay, otherwise we'll be trying to round up in the next 2-3 minutes. Yeah, thanks, Professor. Thanks so much. Okay, thanks so much. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so this after today we are ending the please call capacity building. So you have been given the capacity now. Let's go and put it to work. Somebody, I think my mentor said today, that a great coach doesn't necessarily make a good sport person. It's the decision, the training, the practice, sacrifice of the sportman that makes a good sport star. So let's go through the comments. All of our 4 sessions are recorded. Practice them, and then if you have any question, reach out to us via our WhatsApp groups or via our email programs@diadeRC.org, and we'll be glad to reach out to you. I think somebody is asking about the global talents. Is it now fresh one? Okay, it's a fresh one on the global talents. For the global talent visa, which some of the international associations can one join? Do they have to be academic? I think basic. Okay, Marcos. So what I can say is that if you are a lawyer like Uneko and Kruka, show that you belong to associations that are in your area. Okay. If you're an accountant, if you're an accountant, you meet that person. If you're an accountant, show that you belong to such society in your area. So it's not about, so there are many, if you check, there are many, if you are an economist, there are many for economists, when you're a lawyer, if you're in business, there are many associations that are in your area. Belong to the one in your area, that shows where you belong. Okay. For me, an economist doesn't make sense to become to a Nigerian Bar Association because I want to become an association or International Atomic Agency. So that will be your area of interest. So when I see, I know you are in touch with what happens in your area internationally. Okay. Yeah, somebody said, yeah, the link is on YouTube. So the link is already on our group. So let's go through it. Okay. Please, thank you. Yeah, the link has been shared, so you can go to it on our group. Another question is burning. Thank you. Okay, there's no other question. I think it's been a good day. The answer has been answered. Yeah, thank you so much. Please let's take to give any other question. Otherwise, it's been a good time. I want to appreciate once again. If you can clap for all of us, both for today and for the past 3 weeks. Karakara, Romanus, Victoria, Judith, Solomon, thanks a lot for all you've done, for giving yourself to us like this, free of charge. I want to appreciate you, and thanks a lot for even holding forth, showing that you can see all of these trainings. I just came to speak today. For the past 3 weeks, I didn't speak, which means direct and speak can run without me, which is my passion and goal. So once again, thanks a lot. If there's no other comments, I wish you a very pleasant evening. Let's go through all the links recorded, which we shared again, I've shared before. And then let's ensure that we are collaborating. I know a cluster meet every 2 weeks, so I also encourage that to every cluster. And if somebody is not measuring up your cluster, please reach out to them, be your brother's keeper. Let's know why they're not participating, and then do a follow-up. You never can tell what they are going through. You never can tell how your hello can help out. Okay. And once again, thanks a lot. So now we want to start preparing for Ask Me 4.0. We start. So let's share the link. So you can share with everybody. That is for free. And by God's will, we are doing that with our new partner in Canada. That is University of Regina, by God's grace. So it's go to our website. Once you go, there are areas you go to our website. You want to go to our website, click on events. They show you our events that we are hosting, that they were about to do. And for the network, just click join the network. They can tell your members. So as with 4.0, we start in October. I want to start marketing it. So I encourage it's for free. I encourage your colleagues, whether home and abroad, it's online. They can join anywhere in the world, and then encourage your PG students, your counterparts, and God will bless you. So once again, okay, the link is already there. We said 4.0 is there. And so we do all of that, and then look forward to seeing it, and let's promote it. The registration is already open for free, so let's check it out and then share among our networks. Once again, I want to appreciate every one of you. So let's again clap for our hands for our wonderful facilitators for today and for the past 3 weeks. They've been doing a lot for Marcos, Marcos Adedara, Miss Happiness, to Judy, to Victoria, to Romanus, to Esther, to even Dr. Karakara that took us about 2 solid weeks, to Solomon Okwade, all of you, we love you all. Thanks a lot. God bless. Thanks for coming, and let's keep engaging. The work is what we do that matters. Okay, thanks a lot. So when it's 1 minute time, I will end this. So let's stop recording. So I will go for 1 minute before we end the meeting finally. Please stop recording and stop the streaming. Yeah, God bless you. Okay. So I'll go for 1 minute.